Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Today is titled Story Time, and I'm going to tell you stories about how diabetes, when I wasn't watching it, caused problems in my life. But I'm not really good at storytelling. Now, who could we get? Shh, be quiet, I'm recording. But I can tell a story much better. I'm going to tell you the time that Mike ended up face down in the middle of an intersection in East Vancouver. Oh, let's go back to the beginning. Mike, that's him right there, was part of a group of scouters that took care of a scout hall, and it was his duty to clean it. He shouldn't be doing it. He quickly got things ready, then he passed out. Well, actually, he didn't pass out right away. He felt himself going low, but he didn't have any sugar. So he, what did he do? He closed up the scout hall and he walked to the 7-Eleven, which was about 5 blocks away. Mike knew better, but he insisted on doing the job. So he went and he felt sort of funny. He was starting to get cross-eyed, but he just pushed to the side and kept working. As I said before, he locked the door and then left, walking up the street. The last thing he can remember was pressing the button to cross a busy street in Vancouver called Kingsway. Let me just tell you now He did not make it across that street. So he started walking, and for what I've been told in the story, and he went flat down on the ground and went totally unconscious. Ah, stupid, 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 but he stayed there in the middle of the road. Luckily, a sheriff came by. This sheriff was an officer of the court. Ooh. He stopped and he kind of told traffic to go around Mike. And he called 911. And luckily, the ambulance showed up. Oh, good thing they were around, or that guy was around. He took me off to Burnaby Hospital. Not me. Or they told me that's where he went. But he called an ambulance, they hooked me up on an IV, and I started to come around. Well, that's the end of my story, but Mike's gonna continue on talking for a moment. Thanks, Lenny. I truly was unprepared. I didn't have A, sugar available, B, I should have stopped working when I really wasn't feeling that well. But no, I just kept going. Things kept causing problems, but stupid me did not deal with them. And as such, I ended up in one of the busier intersections of Vancouver. But I was face down. I wasn't hit. I was lucky the sheriff was there. I almost reached my point where I could have bought candy or something to bring my sugar up. But you can't rely on that. I would go out and my mother would say, "Do you have sugar? Do you?" And I would say, "No, but I have money." Doesn't always work the same way. Always have some sort of sweets with you. I go out, I have lifesavers, because 4 lifesavers can give you enough sugar to get you up. In my bag, I have cans and a Coke. I have fruit juice, just some form of sugar to get you up. If I had had that sugar, my blood sugar would have got better and I could have made it to the store. But I was so bullheaded. But you know what? That guy helped out quite a bit. And he really saved my life. And after I found out that he called the 7-Eleven there because he knew I worked for the company, because the workers there told me. And he called me at my store. I couldn't believe it. just to make sure I was okay. What happened to me at the hospital? Well, the doctors kind of took a look at me and hooked me, kept the IV going. And when my blood sugar got normal, they let me go home. And since home was about 3 blocks away, I made it home and I just casually went on my day. Did I make any changes to my routine? No, that was going to take some years yet. But keeping yourself well stocked and your blood sugars with normal range is always going to help. Now, I'd like to thank Lenny and his friends, maybe making other appearances here. Thanks, Lenny. So, take time, take care of yourself. We always are expected to live up to other people's expectations. And I was part of the cleaning crew on this building, and I had to do that first. I didn't stop, take care of myself. I could have crossed the street and gone to the Safeway. But no, I had to make it to the 7-Eleven because I worked there. Don't be stupid. Don't be a Mike. Thanks, Lenny. Bye, guys. Have a good night. My email address is Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com. All one line. Drop me